On a seemingly ordinary day in 2023, a life was tragically cut short. A marriage, once a promise of forever, ended in the most final way imaginable. Today, we step inside the sterile, high-stakes world of the interrogation room, where a husband is forced to confront the chilling questions surrounding his wife's death. This is the interrogation of Nicholas Kassotis. Kassotis claims innocence, a grieving husband trying to make sense of an unimaginable loss. But as we'll witness, the detectives seated across from him believe his grief is a performance. They've found inconsistencies in his story, cracks in the facade that point not to sorrow, but to something far more sinister. Every answer he gives, every detail he omits, is being meticulously scrutinized. As we break down this intense exchange, we'll see firsthand the psychological chess match between a suspect and seasoned investigators. We'll explore the techniques used to chip away at a wall of denial, and we'll analyze Kassotis's every word. This is more than just a crime story. It's a peek into a mind under pressure, and a case where the truth is hidden in plain sight.
Not to carry your phone.
My understanding was that it was just going to be on.
Okay,
Yeah,
so just turn off your phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's my understanding.
But you did have it with you?
Yes, I did have it with me.
But you just turned it off?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that your car has a phone?
I did not know my car has a phone.
Okay. So they didn't tell you at the dealership about AT&T service?
No, sir.
What did you put in the tubs again?
Electronics, her laptop, some books, clothing, shoes, toiletries for both of us. She wanted makeup, perfume, basically everything we would need for
Your stuff too, though? So
yeah,
you had one of yours and
one of
of
mine,
hers.
one of hers. Well, as normal when we packed, it was one and a third with mine, one and a third of hers, and probably 2/3 of mine.
But so why would you drop your stuff off when you could have your stuff anyway? Why was that being dropped off?
I assumed that this had something to do with us leaving Savannah. We had weird things that we've been asked to do before we moved locations and things like that, and I assumed it had something to do with that.
All right. Did you kill your wife?
No, sir.
Okay.
I swear to God, no, I forgot.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
I saw my wife on Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
But you did not kill your wife?
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, sir.
And you know about the preponderance of evidence?
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
We're way beyond the preponderance of evidence. Okay. We talked about this.
Yes, sir. I told you where that knife is.
Okay. You remember that building?
No, sir. Okay, sir.
Do you remember the one down that route, down that dirt road?
A little, I don't know, sir. I'm not sure what I did.
Nick, did you love Mindi?
Yes, sir.
Did you love her parents?
Yes, sir.
Frank and Betsy?
Yes, sir.
You want to help us put all this together?
Yes, sir. Where the
Then we need you to be truthful with us.
Sir, I'm being 100% truthful.
These are not.
Sir, yes, I am.
Your phone, your car's phone, the videos. I mean, who else has the luck of going on a 25,000 acre property and get captured on video? The 45 minutes that you spent there at one location with the tubs.
And tonight?
Your DNA.
Sir, I did not hurt my wife.
Did you dispose of it?
No, sir.
You did.
No, sir.
And all evidence is showing that.
Sir,
And your elaborate 2 hours of story that you gave in Pennsylvania, you know how many items, you being an attorney, you should realize how many of those can be disproven.
Sir, I have not lied to you at all.
You've been living the web of lies for a long time.
No, sir.
Between your finances, between Jim McIntyre, all these people, the Microsoft stuff.
I think Jim has lied to me for a long time. I do believe that.
I don't believe Jim exists.
Sir, Jim absolutely exists. I don't know if that's his real name, but he absolutely exists. I mean, the things that we did for years, the places we went,
You did to get away from the judgment from Heather.
No, sir.
So you didn't know you were wanted and on the run from Heather and the judgment, the civil judgment.
No, sir. Jim told me that had been taken care of.
How did Jim take care of that?
I don't know, sir.
So you didn't feel a responsibility to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, has it been taken care of?"
No, he told me it had been taken care of. I never heard anything else.
So you and Mindi lived with Heather, didn't you?
No, sir.
You never lived together?
The three of us?
The three of you?
No, sir.
Never?
Never, sir.
Okay. What about all the money you got to live off of when you made all these moves with Jim? You said Jim was providing you money.
Jim and friends, I said, sir.
Jim and friends.
Yes.
What about just one friend?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was the majority of it came from one friend. There were other friends who gave us money as well.
Have you ever been without money
Yes, sir.
and desperate?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
February, right before we went to Franklin Records.
Have you ever lied in court?
No, sir.
Okay. When you testified that you had $32 million,
Yes, sir.
that was true.
I believed it was true, sir.
You believe it's true.
I believed it was true. I don't know what to believe anymore, sir.
Why did you believe that was true?
Because I had documents that had been provided to me that I had $32 million.
That you didn't earn?
No, that I had worked around the clock on these projects.
Okay. So you thought it was from your projects.
Yes.
Working around that, and you had $32 million that you didn't have.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Jim told me that I had it, that I couldn't access it.
Tell me about Samantha. When did you meet Samantha?
We were aware, I guess, of each other for a while, but we started talking.
Y'all were fairly close.
We got
online. I mean.
Yeah, I guess we got fairly close in November.
Okay. So why would you tell her in October that your wife had died while pregnant?
Because I had to tell everyone that.
Okay. Why did you tell everyone else that lie?
What?
Why would you tell everyone that lie?
Because my understanding was that both of our online worlds were. This goes back to fall of 2020. Mindi got very sick. She was.
The point of that is that's a lie.
She
was alive and well.
Yes, sir.
You continue telling other people that she was alive and well when she was dead. And then you continue to tell people vice versa that she was dead leading up when she was alive and well.
Yes, sir.
Multiple people.
Yes, sir.
Friends and family.
I'm sorry, sir, can you repeat that question? I'm not sure I understood what.
You continue to tell people the story that she had died while pregnant.
Yes, sir.
Even before she was dead.
Sir, I was told starting in 2020 that Jim felt that we had both gotten too close to people online, that we were talking too much. We had rules about when we could talk to friends.
So why not just not talk to people? Why are you telling lies to people that you're befriended on the internet?
Because we were cut off for.
Why are you telling lies to people that you weren't cut off from?
What lies did I tell people I was?
The same story that she had died while pregnant.
And if that's the case with your online stuff, why start a new relationship with somebody else that you really don't know?
Sir, because I was a mess.
Remember the old Tom Sawyer story?
I'm not sure. I do, sir.
I always tell the truth.
Yes,
It's
sir.
easier to keep up with than a
Yes,
lie.
sir.
You kept up with a lot of lies, a lot of stories. None of them are turned out to be true. I gave you 2 hours in Pennsylvania. We went through everyone. And I've been through every one of them, and the evidence that corroborates shows that you're continuing to lie and tell the story.
Sir, I'm not lying to you.
Nick, you are lying. And now's the time for this. Now's the time to stop living all this.
Here's the deal. There's a reason that Mindi died.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't
You
know.
know, yes, you know very well that reason, because you killed her.
I did not.
But the big question is why?
Sir, I would never have killed Mindi. I woke up in the morning and I took care of her. I rubbed her back, I rubbed her legs.
And she wasn't pregnant.
Yes, sir, she was due in January.
But she was not
She
pregnant.
was not pregnant.
No, she was pregnant.
Even the times that y'all were saying that she was pregnant, she was not pregnant. She was not pregnant at the time of her death.
Sir, she was.
She was not. That's a medical certainty. She was not pregnant. The doctors that you're saying that she went to, that just you don't know their names, don't know the location, you never mentioned an actual doctor that she saw for a thyroid problem. You never mentioned doctors that you visited.
I don't know the last. I do know the last time I visited a doctor, sir. I visited one in probably 4 or 5.
What about the CVS pickups for medication?
Yeah, I would routinely pick up her medication.
It's been prescribed by a doctor.
Yes.
That's not the doctor you would take her to, or that would know about her death.
No, those were medication refills. We did like a telehealth thing.
More stories. I mean, just kind of elaborate stories to exist. But the point is,
So
You
can
killed
look,
Mindi.
you can look at the CPF.
why did you kill Mindi?
Sir, I didn't kill Mindi.
You killed Mindi.
I did not.
All the evidence shows that you killed Mindi, and will continue to show. It's kind of like a 1,000-piece puzzle. You burned some of the pieces. You've thrown some of the pieces away. We'll never have all the pieces. It's very clear. You made that absolutely sure we won't have the pieces. But we've got enough to see a very clear picture and to show that picture to a jury. And that jury is going to conclude one thing, the same thing I'm telling you. You killed Mindi. No doubt.
When you placed her body out there, you did us some favors. Where you placed it, it preserved some things. You weren't expecting her to be found so quickly.
Sir, I never saw her after she died. I never hurt Mindi.
You did hurt her.
No, I fed her. I helped her out of bed. I did.
You had started a new relationship with somebody online.
I was flirting with someone online.
You were running out of options. You were running out of funds.
No, sir.
Did you discover the lie that Mindi wasn't pregnant?
No, sir.
Because she wasn't.
I thought she was pregnant.
Yet Jim was so good at his job of protecting you. Why would he not protect her? Why would he not come forward with any evidence now?
I think Jim lied to me about a million things.
Why would he not prevent your father from being able to find you?
I don't know. But I don't think Jim was telling me the truth about anything.
Because he did exist.
He did exist, sir. We did everything for years.
Remember the day when your father shows up?
Yes, sir.
With your Uncle Chet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me you left the back door.
Yes,
went
sir.
out the back door.
Yes, sir.
So you leave, you're so afraid because you thought he had beat you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where was Mindi?
She stayed there. He hadn't seen her.
So you cared so much for her, you left her in the house when you were running out the back door.
No, sir. She knew I was leaving. Okay. Like
But
we're
you
talking.
didn't stay there to protect her.
No, sir.
But you didn't call 911. You didn't call for any help from anyone.
No,
You walked down the alley.
we called for help for Jim, who we depended on for
Now,
everything.
let's go back, because just the other day you said you didn't call, but he found you. He found you in the parking lot at the hospital.
Yeah, we had I forget if it was a phone call or if it was a message, but I didn't go there.
That question was asked very clearly and asked twice. Did you contact Jim that day? And you said, no, he picked me up in the parking lot. Absolutely. There was no messaging from the time you walked out the back door down the alley.
I did not understand that question.
Okay,
He didn't just like find, no.
The question is, how did he know where you were? And he just appeared out of nowhere. He's followed you in multiple states, and he just appears. So, are you alleging that Jim killed your wife?
I don't know, but I think it's possible.
Okay. So, and the doctors conspired, they created this fake doctor facility of a name that you don't even know, a location you don't even know.
Side of the road pickup for
And you didn't see your wife. Just so happens your phone, even your car, shows clearly where you were at. Down this long dirt road that just happened to pass a camera and tracks your every movement. The stop at the Marathon store off the interstate where you swiped your card. All those records, purchasing the knife to go do mosquito work
in November.
Yes, sir. You can
that
find
that exact knife 2 hours later ends up.
Sir, I told you where that knife is.
That knife's not there. I know exactly where that knife is.
Sir, I told you that knife is in the back of that.
Tell your GBI crop.
It's a GBI crop. Exactly.
It was found out there with the black toe.
So you can continue with the web of lies in the story. There's always reason for things. Is your reason that you're just a vicious killer and decided to kill your wife, or did y'all get in some kind of argument? What was your motive for killing her?
I never heard of it.
The story is not what you're telling. Why is it so different?
What do you mean, sir?
Your elaborate story of on the run all this time and all the periods of stuff and the web of lies. Why is it so different than what happened with her that the records show, the evidence shows, the DNA shows? Why is all that? Is you're being set up, is what you're saying?
I don't know, sir. I don't understand.
So your phone and your own person that you said was turned off.
Yes, sir.
Still goes to those containers on a property that's 25,000 acres down a dirt road, 40 minutes from the house in Savannah, that matches the GPS, all the stuff matches. That knife that you purchased at Home Depot ends up there as well. The cleaning, the purchasing, the credit card swipes, the story that continued, the lies that you told to many others. Some people who you think are still on your side are actually some of the best witnesses against you. They know the story, and they're going to tell that story when they testify.
The Capital One card you're using for all these years, getting food, takeout, lodging, paying for all the places, the Airbnbs, the Verbos you stayed at, we have all those records.
Yes, sir.
And the Renaissance, the current stuff.
Yes, sir.
So you're saying it's big, everybody's created all these records of items that were on your person on that same very day, in the same very vehicle you were driving, at that location. You know what the coincidences of that were, and the chances or probabilities of that happening?
Sir,
None of this feels landed into this room right now.
Yes,
That ain't gonna happen.
Yes, sir. None of this feels random to me. But I don't understand it. But I know where that knife is.
Okay. So now let's move on. The knife has nothing to do with anything. The day that you bought the knife and traveled down the road, where did you go?
I left. I stopped for gas. I stopped at Home Depot. I believe I stopped and talked to Jim.
With Mindy's body in the car.
No, sir. No, sir. And then I drove out there.
Out where?
I don't know. I believe I had an address to the church, and then I had a GPS location after that.
The first story was you had GPS coordinates.
Yeah, yes.
You mentioned nothing of address, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I've been trying to think about this. I believe they said to go to a church, like, not to pull in, but I believe it was like a waypoint, like a
Did they say it? So Mindi didn't tell you this?
I forget exactly.
So you forget back to the same story. It's easier to remember. Tom Sawyer says this. It's easier to remember the truth. While we're talking here today, so many more lies keep coming up.
No, sir. Sir, I've done weird stuff for years.
So back to your travels of the day that you bought the knife.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
I stopped for gas. I stopped at Home Depot. I believe then I stopped and spoke to Jim. And then I drove to the location I was supposed to go to.
Okay. Well, what did you do there?
I stopped. A gentleman came out of the house.
The 40 minutes that you were there, there's no house at that 40 minutes that you stopped at. So we can cut the house out if you'd like. So you don't have to remember a house because there was no house.
I stopped at a house.
Okay. How long did you stay?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
He talked to me for a couple minutes about something he was doing. He had some stuff in his front yard.
Okay. So what else did you do?
I asked if I could go to the bathroom. I peed behind a tree. He directed me over there. I removed the things from the back of the car, and I don't know.
Where were the things left? You said you removed them from the car at his house. Where were they left? Like just on the ground?
Yeah, he said he would take care of them.
Okay. How close to the house?
30, 40 feet.
There is no house, remember.
So I stopped at a house.
You may have stopped at a house, but when you took the containers out, there is no house.
There's a reason why that keeps sticking in your head. You said Pennsylvania, you took them out, you fall asleep, so I set them in the dirt. I set them in the dirt. The gray and black container. And it wasn't your personal property that was in those containers, it was Mindi.
No, sir. I packed those containers myself. It was her laptop.
You did pack them yourself. With your wife's dismembered body.
Sir, that's not true.
That is true. And you had them in your car when you drove down that dirt road.
Sir, that's not true.
That is what you placed in the dirt, 30 or 40 feet off the roadway.
Sir, that is not true.
That is absolutely true, Nick.
Exactly what the records show.
Sir, that's not what happened.
I don't know what you know about the country and dirt roads and the property that you ever owned, that you've ever been to that type of property before. But you happen to hit the security cameras on the entrance to 25,000 acres, which is a very large property. Your phone, in your vehicle's phone, everything, every stop is recorded. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She says
So your 40 minutes that you're there, you're at the exact same spot where your wife's torso was found. The other stop where you dug with the shovel
And hit roots.
that's recorded on the very same information. The next spot that you stopped and buried her skull is covered. The exact same stuff. Even the next spot with the leg is covered. So the stops are, it's like watching it on TV. It's not, there's no issues here. It's very clear.
So
The big question is,
happened.
big question, it's even the pictures. There's pictures of them going by on a property. You may have seen the log truck ahead of you. There's a big truck hauling wood. Guys that spotted you down there. The big question is why. It's no longer if.
Sir,
The big question.
never hurt Mindi.
The big question is why.
Sir, never hurt Mindi.
You never carried her to the doctor. She never went to the doctor. You never went to the
A
doctor.
doctor didn't come by your house to do those checks.
Yes, sir.
You came directly from that house to that location. It's very clear. From your house to Home Depot to the scene. To multiple scenes, I guess we would say. Those stops are recorded, captured by your car. They're actually corroborated by your cell phone. that you say is turned off. But apparently your particular phone still records and still sends out pings or messages that overlap with that. So the big question is, were you asked to go to a location and retrieve Mindy's body? Or did you kill her and transport her? Or did something happen in that house that you just can't talk about and then you dealt with it from there? Because it clearly had started at that house. Then it went on.
Sir, no, none of this happened.
Okay. We know it happened. It's clear that it happened. So you're saying that the cell record's wrong, the picture's wrong from the security cameras, everybody's wrong with this whole picture. Your purchase of a walk-in from Home Depot, that purchase is wrong.
No, sir.
Your travels that day, that's all. And just so happens, coincidentally, she's found at the location you were at.
Your wife found when you were at.
Sir, it doesn't feel coincidental to me, but I never heard Mindi. I never saw Mindi after she passed away.
And you're going to stick with the last time you saw her was when?
Was Saturday.
Okay. Where?
At the house.
At the house. So how long did she stay in the house before she was gone? Are you telling me like you came home and found her dead, or what's the story?
No, sir. I'm saying I came home and she was gone. I got messages from her for days.
Okay.
Telling me things to do, things we needed.
I've been doing this 28 years. I don't watch a lot of them, but a lot of people watch TV shows and stories. Read a lot of books that have these kind of stories in them. You have characters that you've envisioned and made in your stories, and some of your stories, but none of your stories before a jury in Georgia are going to go. I want you to understand that up front. It's a very clear picture. Even though it puzzled, you burned some of the pieces. You shifted and manipulated some of the pieces. You constantly lied to many, many people in your life, and have continued those lies. That's not going to continue to go. You understand that, right? The big question is why.
Sir, anything I ever lied about, I was told to lie about.
Okay. So, right now, if you said you killed her, you'd say, because I was told to lie.
Sir, I never killed her.
So if Jim told you to say that, you would say that?
No, sir.
Okay. So my point is, everything you do, if Jim told you to jump off a cliff, you were going to go jump off a cliff?
Yes, sir. For years we did exactly what Jim told us to do.
So
he wanted full access to our lives. He said he was keeping us safe.
Did Jim tell you to burn your car?
Sir, I didn't burn my car. Okay.
Well, the burns that you got that you described to the insurance adjuster for your medical records,
Yes.
when you described burns going up into your nose and your face, it sounds like a flash burn from fumes. It sounds like a flash burn from fumes from an accelerant.
Yes, sir. I opened the car door, and that's when the flames got mine.
But what was important in the car that got burned up that day?
I thought my phone was in there.
What else was in there?
I don't know. I had some random stuff in there.
Was there a check in there?
Yes, there was a check in there.
What was the check for?
The check was for a house.
For a house?
Yes.
Was you and Sam?
Yes.
What did you tell Sam happened with that check?
It burned up.
And what was the insurance company going to do about that?
I don't think the insurance company had anything to do with the check.
Was it a sizable check?
Yes, sir.
How much?
$860,000.
Just gone.
Yes, sir.
Almost $1 million check gone.
Yes, sir.
And you couldn't get a replacement?
No. No, I spoke to Jim afterwards, and he said he would get a replacement, but it would take a while.
Interesting.
What were you doing out on that road that day anyways?
I had gone to pick up the check. He said he would have somebody meet me out there. I had come up to Liz. He told me to meet in Liz. I got flowers. I didn't pick them up that day. I got water at Target.
But you also said something else up in Pennsylvania about that day when you stopped the car. You said you were on a long, straight stretch of road out of the curvy hilliness you've been driving on where you can see in both ways. Why do you think that's important in your life? Is it so you can see other cars if they came? While you're doing what you're doing?
No, sir.
I think you're living a web of lies. One of your close friends described you best, said you talk in parallel realities. It's like the story you've sold them, it blends in the truths of what's going on in your life with what you want it to be. That's what you're doing here.
No, sir.
You bought a knife for window screening that you were fixing to leave this Airbnb.
Yeah.
So you buy this knife, you go back to the house where Mindy's at, then you go out here with these 2 totes that are packed with stuff and put them in a place where her body's found.
No, sir. I left them with the man.
You did not leave them with the man.
Yes, I did.
You did not leave them with the man. Your car is traveling out there. He's already told you. We put you and your cellular device in your vehicle out there in these places where your wife's body is found. Dismembered. With the knife that you just bought.
No, sir. That knife
The Milwaukee
came to
knife?
Pennsylvania. Yes.
That knife did not come from Pennsylvania.
Yes, it did, sir. I told you exactly where to find it. Have you looked there?
Yes, and it's not there. It's a carbon steel blade. It would be burned up in the car. Very clear.
Under the thing.
Under the thing.
Under the thing.
Then there's one other place it could be.
That knife's really irrelevant because that knife was only used in the end. It's not doesn't have anything to do with actually the murder or the killing at all. And that knife was after the fact. How would I know that?
I have no idea, sir. I didn't know that.
That comes
I
from
didn't know anything.
a lot of 28 years of doing this. Like I said, your story's fine, but your story's not reality. Even to the point of the new wife. You know, when you apply for a marriage license.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember applying for that marriage license?
Yes, sir.
Remember the questions it asked?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you say on that marriage license?
I said that I'd been married once. I said that Mindi passed away in 2020.
Okay.
2 things that Jim told me to put down.
So you lied because Jim told you to lie.
Yes, sir.
Is Jim telling you to lie here today?
No, sir. I'm not spoken to Jim. I'm a little unclear on the timeline, but
You're unclear on a lot of stuff when it comes to specifics. It's quite funny how that works. But those records clearly show where that's at. To the matter, even like when your mom, what have you told your mom?
my mom, that I was driving. We've been spoken in.
So you hadn't spoken to her in 6 years?
I had not. No, we started speaking after I was arrested.
So you go to this doctor's office. They tell you wife died. You don't ask to see her. You immediately.
I did ask to see her.
You don't get to see her. You
to
don't force feed go any further to see her. You just take them at the word. You don't know her names. You don't know her addresses. Don't know how to return there. Whatever. You just leave. You go from there back. Tell her family. Pack up the stuff that you said was already packed and gone. Remember, your stuff was packed.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff was packed.
That your important stuff was not.
Yes, sir.
You still had it.
Yeah, we had things that we didn't need, like
Okay.
day to day, like clothing.
So then you go to
So
Florida.
is it possible to get a bottle of water?
You go to Florida, and when you go to Florida to pick up the beer,
Yes, sir.
and then you go from Florida to Montgomery, Alabama,
Yes, sir.
and you cashed a check for $5,000.
No, so that was a cash withdrawal.
A cash withdrawal for $5,000.
I think it looks like that.
Cash your check.
Yes.
But you get $5,000 to meet some guy that you don't know
Yes, sir.
on the side of the road in Alabama for Mindy's ashes.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many local crematories and places there are here by Alabama?
Sir, he had called me and said that my wife's remains were available to be picked up. I forget where he said they were.
And you know, during this time, you're continuously talking to Samantha.
Yes, sir.
And talking about your business trips to Missouri, that you're continuing to have a romantic online relationship with Samantha.
Yes, sir.
Just found out wife's dead. You've been telling everybody she's dead since October. But you continue this relationship as it goes and as you travel, flee, all the way to Missouri.
I'm not fleeing, sir.
Okay. So you change your name. Like you told me you were fleeing from your father. So you were not fleeing from your father still?
Well, I mean, I was trying to, I thought that the name change was the culmination of years of work to keep us safe. We had been, among our friends and family, we've been using that name for 2 years.
Then you get a marriage license and you get married. And back up a little bit before that, when you start getting pressured to move into a house and get away from Airbnbs, the car mysteriously burns with all your money in it. So you won't be able to close on a house permanently. So is it time to look for a new wife?
No, sir.
So what was your plan from there?
My plan from there was I was expecting more money from Jim, and that to allow me to move on and live.
When was your last contact with Jim?
My last contact with Jim, I don't know, it was probably around the time that the marriage license was, we applied for it, or shortly thereafter.
Because he had to tell you what to put on there, so you would know what to lie to be.
Yes.
Okay.
He told me that there were things I had to lie about to keep myself safe.
Did you lie and keep your things safe from your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're worried about your dad, and he's this bad guy that you're terrified of, that you've gone through all this hiding all these years, living off everybody else's finances, and being a hermit basically, then when you get locked up for this, you reach out to them.
I reached out. I had been in for 5 days. I couldn't contact anyone, and I reached out to Alice.
Your story is just so unbelievable. Everything you say, and has continued to say, has been a lie. Your life's a lie. The evidence shows.
Sir, I believe I've been attitude for years, and
No. You continue to lie. By your own admission, you have continued to lie. Multiple times. You say it's lying on behalf of Jim.
Yes, sir.
But then now you're saying too, it's clearly you're lying about that day.
About which day?
The day of the 29th, when your cell phone records you going where your wife's body's found, or torso's found, and where the pieces of her body are found at other locations. And how that tracking in that area shows you being there, how the cameras show you being there. And you're saying, oh no, I wasn't there. Is that what you're saying?
Sir, I don't know what location that shows. I know I was in a more rural area.
It's where you placed the body parts of your wife at.
No, sir.
So are you saying that's the same day you dropped the tubs off?
I don't know. I think, is that the same day as Home Depot?
I'm asking you a question. Yeah, the same day as on Dave Depot. Was that the same day?
Yes, I believe that was the same day.
Same day that you dropped the tubs off?
Yes, sir.
So you knew where you were moving at that time. But you're going to get a knife to repair the mosquito things, knowing you're fixing to leave that Airbnb.
Yes, sir. We wanted to leave it in the best condition that we could.
Is that how you replaced the rug? Is that why you bought a new rug?
No, we bought the new rug because Rusty was sick on it.
Back to that day. You traveled that day.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't know where you traveled.
Yes, sir.
So the question is, you don't know, or you do know where you traveled?
I don't know where I traveled.
Okay. So you're saying that those records are the truth.
Which records?
The records from your car, the records from the camera that you saw, the records from your own cell phone that overlap with each other, your records from swiping your card.
Yes, I don't know all of the records, sir, but I swiped my card.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Okay. And do you remember for really close proximity to that, like within a day or so, going to a car wash?
I don't, sir, but I may have.
Okay. Did you wash your car frequently?
Not super frequently, sir.
Yeah.
When I noticed it was dirty.
Like never until then? This was the first time you had washed your car?
I don't know, sir. I haven't had the car for very long.
What I'm saying is you never went through an automatic car wash but one time?
No, sir. I've been through several automatic car
You
washes.
just didn't swipe it for this particular car until that day?
I may
Or a
have
couple of
paid
days
with
later?
cash, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so other times you paid with cash.
I may have. I have honestly never thought that much about how I pay for anything.
Most of the time you swipe.
I think so. Yeah, I would say most of the time.
Except for the one occasion where you met this dude on the side of the road in Montgomery, Alabama, and you had to get $5,000.
Yeah, I didn't have checks for that account.
So you just randomly, at that point, meet with him, don't know who he is, where he was, where he's from.
No, he contacted me and said that he had Mindy's remains. I was really upset.
Do you know how elaborately crazy that is? Just to meet somebody on the side of the road with remains.
Yes, sir. I was really upset about it.
That's never been heard of before.
I was upset about that. I was upset about the fact that she had been cremated. I was told she had been cremated.
We know you were upset. We know you were upset. We found her body in the condition we found it in. We know you were mad.
Sir, I never hurt my wife.
Yes, you did.
I've never put a hand on a woman. I did not hurt Mindy.
But you lie. And you lie a lot about a lot of things. And have continuously lied.
Sir, I've been told to lie in certain situations to keep us safe.
You've been an attorney before in your previous occupation with the Navy. For how long?
I was an attorney in the Navy for roughly 10 years.
So you can realize you've prosecuted cases where soldiers have murdered their wives.
No, sir.
You never prosecuted anybody that?
No, sir.
Okay. But you prosecuted anybody that murdered someone?
No, sir.
Okay. So never a murder prosecution?
No, sir.
But you have cases that show, and you understand preponderance of evidence and proof beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We've gone from preponderance of evidence to proof beyond reasonable doubt. Okay. You know where we're at with that point. Help me support that story. Help me show that you didn't do it.
Sir, I'm trying to tell you everything I remember about this.
See, that's the problem I've got, Nick, because the 2 hours that we had in Lancaster, everything you told me I proved to be a lie. There's nothing truthful about that. You've continued to lie to friends, family members, people that you trusted, people that really went outward to help you. I wasn't really forceful with you that day. I didn't do anything that day but let you tell me the story.
Yes, sir.
I went back and verified that your entire story is a lie. So help me to this point to go and explain that you can continuously lie, but you want me to believe you did kill your wife. You've lied to me. You've lied to Cameron. You've lied to your family. You've lied to other people. You reached back out to an old former employer of Mindi and lied to him. Why would you do that?
Sir, I didn't lie to him. I mean.
Are you saying you didn't lie to me? Let's just start this way.
So there are things that I think were not true. All I've done is sit in a cell and think about this.
Okay.
I don't believe a lot of what Jim told us for years.
Okay, I'm not asking what Jim told you. That has nothing. I'm asking what you did and where you remember. And there's things you say and you don't remember that I clearly know you remember. Like if you went to this doctor's office in a strip mall in Savannah where you were told your wife had died, you would really remember that. There would be no doubt. The other thing is, if that happened and you were not allowed to see your wife and found out she was cremated later, you don't think as an attorney that every attorney hearing this would file suit against that doctor?
Yes, sir, I thought she died of natural causes. That's what I was
But they made mistakes is what you're telling me. They made mistakes and cremated her and you ended up meeting someone on the side of the road. Every portion of your life and everything that's coming down right now to Mindi ends up being untrue. But you want me to believe that portion to be true. You lied about going to the doctor's office.
No, sir.
Okay. You lied about going to the doctor's office. As you continue. You lied about picking up her remains on the side of the road.
No, sir.
You've lied about where your vehicle went that day.
No, sir.
And where you continue to go. You've lied about what haven't you lied about?
You lied about your father.
Sir, I don't believe.
How much money did you take from him? In the very beginning, how much money did you get away with your father?
I had borrowed some money from him.
That's not the question, it's how much.
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
About 60,000?
The interrogation of Nicholas Kassotis offers a stark look at the delicate balance between a suspect's rights and a police officer's relentless pursuit of the truth. Whether his denials were a shield for guilt or the genuine words of an innocent man, the questions raised by this case linger long after the final transcript is read. This case is a powerful reminder that every detail matters, every inconsistency can unravel a story, and that justice, though sometimes a long and winding road, is a journey worth taking. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth analysis. If you found this video compelling, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay informed and engaged with more in-depth crime analyses. Your support helps us continue to bring you these important stories.